the mysterious shipwreck that claimed the lives of Stannis Baratheon and his wife, Cassana Estamont, along with their entire entourage, has long puzzled historians and scholars of Westeros. While the official account attributes their tragic end to a sudden and violent storm in Shipbreaker Bay, there are lingering questions and unexplained details that suggest a more sinister hand at work. One of the prime suspects with a strong motive for ensuring the end of Stannis and his wife would be one of the most powerful men in the Seven Kingdoms, head of ancient wealthy house and hand of the king, none other than Tywin Lannister. Tywin Lannister was deeply invested in consolidating power and ensuring the dominance of House Lannister. Stannis Baratheon's mission to find a bride for Prince Rhaegar posed a threat to Tywin's influence over the royal family. By eliminating Stannis, Tywin could ensure that Rhaegar's marriage would not strengthen another house to rival the Lannisters. Tywin, ever the strategist, aimed to marry his daughter, Cersei, to Prince Rhaegar Targaryen. This union would have cemented the Lannisters' power and influence within the realm, aligning the richest and one of the most influential houses with the ruling Targaryen dynasty. By securing this marriage, Tywin intended to place the Lannisters at the pinnacle of Westerosi politics, ensuring his family's dominance for generations. His ambitions for Cersei and Rhaegar were central to his strategy to elevate House Lannister's status and secure its legacy. Stannis Baratheon was a capable and respected noble, and his success could have elevated House Baratheon's influence at court. Tywin, always wary of potential rivals, might have seen Stannis as an obstacle to his plans. Removing Stannis would weaken the Baratheons and prevent any rise in their power that could challenge the Lannisters. Tywin was known for his ability to manipulate events from behind the scenes. He had the resources and the network to have his rivals tracked, and his dalliance with Shae showed that, despite projecting unshakable pride in his house, he was not afraid to soil himself with a task that would seemingly be beneath. Indeed, with his wealth, he may have been able to buy the counsel of a foreteller to see how to best thwart any interference Stannis may have posed to his plans for Prince Rhaegar. Stannis' death left a power vacuum and destabilized the region, creating opportunities for Tywin to maneuver politically. By ensuring that Stannis did not return from his mission, Tywin could influence the succession and marital alliances, potentially steering them in a direction favorable to House Lannister. Tywin's history of ruthless actions, including his orchestration of the Red Wedding, demonstrates his willingness to employ extreme measures to achieve his goals. The death of Stannis Baratheon could be another instance of Tywin's strategic ruthlessness, eliminating a potential threat to secure his family's position. These points suggest that Tywin Lannister had both the motive and the means to orchestrate the death of Stannis Baratheon, ensuring that the political landscape remained favorable to House Lannister. Yet there is one major problem with this theory. Eliminating potential rivals or disruptors to his plans could indeed align with Tywin's historical manipulations for political gain. However, Tywin is not known to command forces capable of wielding the magical power necessary to cause a sudden, deadly storm in Shipbreaker Bay. If he had such means at his disposal, Renly Baratheon and Robb Stark would have been dealt with far quicker than as things played out. Tywin could have tried to hire the services of a foreteller of fortunes, but again, if he had done this, he could have defeated the rival claimants for the throne far more efficiently with such foreknowledge. So Tywin may indeed be crossed of the list. And if it was not by the hand of the men that the Baratheons perished, perhaps it can simply be explained away as nature's fury. Shipbreaker Bay, known for its treacherous waters and sudden violent storms, has claimed countless lives over the centuries. The geographical and climatic conditions of the bay make it particularly prone to sudden and deadly storms. Here are several factors that suggest the storm that killed Stannis Baratheon could have been a natural occurrence. Shipbreaker Bay has a long history of shipwrecks, with many vessels meeting their end in its tumultuous waters. The bay's name itself is a testament to the numerous ships that have been shattered on its rocky shores. This history indicates that sudden and violent storms are not uncommon in the area. The bay is surrounded by steep cliffs and rocky outcrops, creating a natural funnel for winds and waves. These geographical features can amplify storm conditions, leading to sudden and severe weather events. The narrow entrance to the bay can also cause dangerous currents and unexpected wave patterns, making navigation treacherous even in relatively calm conditions. The climate of the Stormlands, where Shipbreaker Bay is located, is characterized by frequent and unpredictable storms. The region's weather patterns are influenced by the convergence of warm and cold air masses, which can lead to rapid storm development. This climatic volatility is well documented and contributes to the bay's reputation for sudden and severe weather. Sailors and navigators have long known about the dangers of Shipbreaker Bay. Strong winds, sudden squalls, and unpredictable currents are common hazards in the bay. Experienced mariners often approach the bay with caution, aware that even a seemingly calm day can quickly turn deadly. So it is not hard to assume that this was nothing but a tragic outcome of nature running out its due course. But for the mysterious survival of Patchface. Patchface, the sole survivor of the shipwreck, returned with a broken mind and a penchant for eerie prophetic statements. His survival is peculiar and suggests a deliberate choice by arcane forces, and his presence could serve as a reminder or warning of the powerful forces at play. His survival might have been intended to provide clues or foreshadow future events related to the destiny of Westeros itself. So it stands to reason that something so unnatural as his survival and strange foresight could have only come from intervention of forces that are far from natural. Which leads to the final argument that we will make, and what we believe to be the true culprit behind the death of the Baratheon parents. Bloodraven, a powerful sorcerer and former Hand of the King, had been manipulating events for years with the ultimate goal of ensuring Jon Snow's birth. He believed that Jon, with his unique Targaryen and Stark heritage, would be crucial in the fight against the coming darkness. Stannis Baratheon's mission to find a bride for Prince Rhaegar posed a potential threat to this plan. A politically advantageous marriage could have changed Rhaegar's fate, and consequently the lineage leading to Jon Snow. We know that the Children of the Forest, while few in number, are still active in the hidden places in Westeros. We also know there is some form of alliance with the Targaryen Great Bastard, Bloodraven, son of kings, brother of kings, slayer of would-be kings, and most importantly, a sorcerer well known in his day before his banishment to the Night's Watch. And apparently, his power only increased when he disappeared from his post as Lord Commander of the Night's Watch. And given his insistence in invading the dreams of Jon Snow in order to get him to take on the mantle of the Azor Ahai, even going so far as to watch Jon through his raven, we know that he has taken a great interest in Jon Snow. And if Jon Snow had to be born to fulfill his destiny in the coming long night, then Bloodraven could brook no interference in that destiny. Taking into account the fact that he is physically mentally connected to the Weirwood network that is a vital source of the children's magical power, it stands to reason he could communicate his desires to the children of the forest on the Isle of Faces. The children of the forest possess ancient and powerful magic, including the ability to manipulate weather. Historical accounts suggest that sudden storms have been used to protect sacred sites like the Isle of Faces. This same weather magic could have been employed in Shipbreaker Bay to create the storm that wrecked Stannis Baratheon's ship. Given that the blood of old Valyria runs through many in Volantis, it is hard to believe that Stannis, who had been dispatched there to find Rhaegar a bride of high enough and pure enough Valyrian heritage by King Aerys, simply could find nothing. So it is a good guess that he did find a match, and was carrying news of that back to Aerys. So perhaps by finding a good candidate from so far afield for Rhaegar on King Aerys' behalf, he threatened to upend over a century of Bloodraven's well-honed plans. By ensuring Stefan's mission failed, the children eliminated a potential variable that could disrupt Bloodraven's long-term plans, those plans ultimately being a match with Prince Rhaegar and Lyanna Stark. One could argue that the distance from the Isle of Faces to Shipbreaker Bay is considerable, but one must also recall that Storm's End is a place of ancient power, inextricably linked to the legendary Bran the Builder, its mythical founder, who is inextricably linked to the Children of the Forest. The power of its warding is such that a powerful priestess like Melisandre could not penetrate its defenses from without, and had to have Davos sneak her in to unleash her shadow baby. Surely, given their connection to the ancient power there, the children could twist the already volatile weather of the Stormlands to act to Bloodraven's designs. And we believe that was exactly what happened to the parents of Robert and Stannis Baratheon. Bloodraven, as ever, was more than willing to spill some innocent blood in order to achieve his ends.